FBI and look at the security cameras, because I have spent so much money relocating from state to state, from job to job, to get them to stop stealing my stuff so that they can stop using sex trafficking, sexual harassment, and sometimes even like harming us to a point where we're bleeding in our booties, we're bleeding in our frontal areas, because the police they refuse to look at the security cameras and say, okay, can I see your ID? We recognize your ID as somebody that has traveled from here and here and here, and we looked at the timestamps, we looked at the cameras, and as you can see, I walk really slow. I don't even have a car. There's a connection to everywhere I've been at with pay stubs and a job from the government, and I just don't understand why they can't look at the cameras and connect it to somebody that is purposely forcing me to get banned from places so that I don't have access to any air conditioning, so that I don't have access to any job. They make it seem like I ruined it for the store, but that's not true. You stole my ID, then you're out here around all of Penn Station, okay, where they have Ariana Grande on the billboard and spreading rumors saying that she's being abused by a sexual trafficker as well. You have them out here 24/7. No one's pressuring them to go to school. They don't live out here, honey. They don't live out here. They don't have to be out here, right? But they never notice in over 9 states, in over 95 states and cities in America, with all the cameras that they have out here, they don't notice not one person forcing me to be harassed even while I'm sick, y'all. I just spit on the floor right here. Okay, those spit marks is mucus coming straight from my chest. They won't allow me to even buy medication for myself, and I have to deal with just the horrible reaction of them harassing me all the time. Then when I cross the street over here at Penn 34 Station to use the restroom at Macy's, so that I won't have to be using the restroom out here on the street, as you can see, it's packed all the time. So there's nowhere you could use the restroom without being completely violated and watched by somebody, okay? And the only option that the police gave me was to go to jail. They're not even willing to get an investigator. They're not willing to, see the FBI reports that have tracked for 10 years. They're not willing to look at any of the cameras, okay? And that guy that just passed by me, he just did something to my foot with the sandals on, like he forced my toe to press myself. I don't know if anybody can see in a different dimension some type of witchcraft, but he just hurt me for no reason. And they make it into a sport where they hunt these people. They have to live with this sickness for the rest of their life. They're not able to eat or drink. Okay? So I have to trust you guys, because the police, they're not going to do their job. They're gangbanging. Okay, I'm not blaming them, but you got to be a terrible person to do something like this to someone. I need you guys to get a secret investigator to look at the security cameras. Right now, it's 7:50 p.m. Look at the security cameras and ask them to look at the security cameras at Target for the last month and see if they can see any weird, anything weird happening with someone's eyeballs, like if their eyeballs are turning yellow or shining too bright, or if they're overly staring at somebody, or if they're walking around with kids, because they're not going to do anything about the streets, mocking and talking me, but to get somebody trespassed from locations so that they don't have access to a water fountain, so that they don't have access to any air conditioning, while you're forcing them to constantly get robbed. Like the last time y'all saw me on camera, I had shoes. They stopped right in front of the train station area where you walk down the stairs, and they stole 4 pairs of shoes out of my bag. And I'm looking around like, I didn't see anybody out here. They must have hopped out of their car and hurry up and went through my stuff. And that's what they've been doing with their vehicle. And the police are not tracking down their license. They're not hacking their phone to see who they're talking to see who they're getting to do this type of stuff. And they're able to drive whenever they want. Then when I say something, they're like, oh, you're a hater.